Faith is a nurse, who lives as a hermit and takes care of her teenage daughter named Charm. The girl suffers from a mysterious disease that causes her body to change when her temperature rises. Charm turns into a bloodthirsty monster, so Faith keeps her locked up in her room, while she works on a cure that could at least slow down the process. One winter blizzard night, a brother and sister break into Faith's house, searching for shelter to wait out the weather. Their arrival disrupts the family's routine and forces Faith and Charm to take a second look at their relationship. American actress Scout Taylor-Compton has been acting for a quarter of a century, but she had to wait almost a decade for her breakthrough. She was turned into a star by the remake of Halloween, from Rob Zombie, released in 2007, and its 2009 sequel. For a few years Taylor-Compton unsuccessfully tried to get rid of the Scream Queen title, but in the end, as it seems, resigned herself to the inevitable and dived into the abyss of thrillers and horror movies, where actively swimming until now. It's not to say, although, that the actress is grabbing for all the offers she has. It's obvious that she is sincerely trying to pick up potentially interesting projects, but so far the statistics of her genre movies are disappointing. The last somewhat acceptable movie with her participation was called Ghost House and was released in 2017. A Creature Was Stirring, however, may well break this long streak of mediocre thrash and is worthy of becoming another point of reference. Although the movie is imperfect, it at least has an idea, an interesting engine and cool acting. And designer and director of photography turned Faith and Charm's house into a real carnival attraction, all thanks to the surreal color scheme, bizarre frame composition and emphasized, fairy tale, scenery. After all, the movie takes place on Christmas Eve, and the atmosphere is appropriate. What are the mentioned idea and engine of this movie? The fact that the authors refuse to choose a particular genre until the last moment, trying to maneuver between different trends and styles. On the one hand, it is a brutal horror about a killer monster, on the other hand, a family drama about codependent relationships between mother and daughter, and at the same time, it's a religious thriller, in which the devout Taylor-Compton's heroine comes into direct conflict with the woman of science faith. And that's not all. On top of that, there are references to comic books and superheroes. There is a touch of weird humor of such cult genre figures as Frank Henenlotter and Brian Yuzna, and the characters communicate with such sharp, accentuated florid phrases, as if they were in a Quentin Tarantino film. As you can see, A Creature Was Stirring contains a lot of curious things, even in a convincing wrapper of competent performances from Taylor-Compton and American actress Chrissy Metz as Faith. But there's always a but, and in this case the thing is that director Damien Leveck and screenwriter Shannon Wells simply failed to end the movie cool enough. And again, we can't say that they didn't try. In the finale there is an unexpected twist, which puts the events upside down and reveals another layer in the story, but at the same time the climax has not enough impact, it's not powerful enough, it's not reaching psychological and genre catharsis, which the first hour of the movie allowed us to hope for. Which, however, by no means should discourage you from watching A Creature Was Stirring, because it is a remarkable movie. It's also interesting because one of the producers is a Russian horror maker Vladislav Savertsev, who in his homeland produced Bride, The X, Dawn, Dilogy, Queen of Spades, and the horror series Don't Be Afraid.